St. John's, what do you expect from this team tomorrow night?
Well, it's hard to know what to expect. We're not sure if Levette and Pons are going to play. They're a totally different team when they don't play. Some reasons are maybe it hurts them, other ways it helps them because they put so much length on the floor. They have got off to a great start and they played a good schedule, and they go to Seton Hall without those two guys, and it's a one-possession game with 3 minutes to go. So. We have to be prepared for everything, and it's been a little bit of a challenge trying to, because it's a little bit different scheme depending on who's on the floor.
You look at how the first few games have gone in the Big East. The home court is even more valuable now. What are your thoughts on the Big East to start?
Well, I saw something yesterday where every team's in the top 100 in KenPom, which is unbelievable. That just, I think, speaks to the strength of the league. And when you're playing teams that are that good, whether you're home or away, it's going to be a challenge. So you have to be ready. And if you have one of those games where you don't show up, you're probably going to get beat. You're not going to be able to survive one of those games this year in our league. So, St. John's obviously has high aspirations, so as do we. We're going to have to be ready and have it hooked up and continue to protect our home floor tomorrow night.
You mentioned the other night that you thought Teeny and Toby have maybe done a little bit better job, or as the season's gone along, improved just in terms of just the rotation, walling up. What ways, maybe you can expand on that, what ways have they gotten better over the course of the season, just being in the right spot defensively?
Well, Toby's usually always in the right spot. He's been here 5 years. He should know what to do by now. But he does a good job providing verticality at the rim. We don't have that shot blocking presence we had a year ago, so you have to try to make those shots at the rim as challenging as possible. He's a little bit farther ahead of Martin in that regard. Martin's a little bit quicker off the floor and has a little bit more length. I think he could get to some of those shots. So, we have to have those guys provide some protection and at the same time not get themselves in foul trouble, and that's a little bit of a slippery slope. So there were times, especially against Seton Hall, that Martin was so worried about a foul that he didn't provide any resistance at the rim. And when you're playing the teams we're playing, there has to be some.
Has Krampel's progress even surprised you? Gotten past your expectations?
Probably a little. A couple things. Even last year when we played him, he got fatigued so fast. And this year he's been able to play through that, and really play some long stretches for us and play well. So the fact that he's playing harder for longer and, is eliminated some of those foolish fouls that he maybe got in the past. But he's really bought into the role that we've asked him to play. And, he's doing a lot of the things offensively that Justin did for us last year.
How rare is it to have a team that be so unselfish with the ball? Your assists, the buckets made is sky high, and that's got to be a pretty rarity, isn't it?
Well, we try to do it through recruiting on purpose. That's who we kind of have to be. And, if you get your best players, Marcus and Kyrie, if they buy into it, it's a little bit easier to get everybody else to follow. And, when Maurice was here, Maurice was certainly a guy that was thought pass before he thought score. So that kind of permeates then through the entire team. Justin was a very willing passer from the center position last year. So I think our guys trust each other, that they know if they'll make the extra pass that it's going to come back to them at some point.
How did you recruit Martin? How did you get him here?
Coach Lutz recruited him when he was here, and we had watched him on film and were impressed with his potential. He had some knee problems when he was younger, and that was certainly a concern, and was a big concern the first year he was here as we tried to sort through that. And as I've said before, I think him tearing his ACL his first year in the good leg was actually a blessing in disguise, because it allowed us to shut him down and really at the same time rehab both knees, hamstring strength, quad strength, try to build the muscles around that knee to protect him a little bit more. And now he was wearing a heavy brace that year, and now he's wearing nothing, and he's moving around, and he's very active and very agile. So we're lucky to have him. He's certainly without his play, there's no way we are where we are today.
Providence defensively against you guys, this is nothing new. They extended their defense and tried to make your guards uncomfortable, switch screens. Do you feel like your team's improved in that way? There were times when maybe passes were just a little bit off, or maybe the timing was off, but you end up scoring 80 some points. Do you think you guys are improving in that way? Because teams are going to try to really extend and pressure.
Yeah, we're going to see it tomorrow night.
Yeah.
I think we'll see the most pressure and more extension in their defensive scheme than anybody we've played all year with St. John's. And when they go to their zone is longer than anything we've seen all year, and that's including Baylor. Baylor maybe had more length at the rim, although Owen's got plenty of length. But their length out front at the guard court, with Clark and Simon and Ahmed, those guys are, they're all 6'5" to 6'7". They're extremely long, extremely athletic, great anticipation skills. So we just have to, be patient, use the shot fake, use the pass fake, and then get out and attack them in transition best we can.
Tell us about St. John's. What your thoughts are about this matchup tomorrow night?
They're a good athletic team. They're aggressive in defense. We're trying to get ready to take care of the ball, to box out every time, and it's going to be a good game.
How important is this game tomorrow night when you look at conference play?
It's a home game. We got to win it, and it's very important for our record in Big East too. So,
Are you surpassing your expectations? I mean, are you having a better year than you have thought you would have before the year started?
I always set high expectations for myself, and then if I don't reach them, I would not be sad. I would just work harder. So I don't think I'm surpassing them.
Are you surprising yourself at all?
I've been playing good lately, but that's the credit to the team,
Why do you think that is? Why are you playing so well? Like, is it hard work or just knowing things you haven't gone through it a year? What is it?
It's a lot with the team. The team chemistry is really good, so I think that's it.
And who has the bigger muscles, you or Marcus, when you flex?
Marcus lifts a little more. I guess I got a little more definition than him, but we're not really competing.
Okay, tell me a little bit about, not knowing your backstory. How does a kid from where you're from wind up in Omaha, Nebraska playing for Creighton? I'm sure it's a long story, but how did you get here?
It's amazing to be here. My main decision was because of the fans too, but also because of the coaching staff and the culture that Creighton is developing. But I went to a prep school in Sarasota and ended up visiting Creighton officially, and then I committed the first term.
Do you remember the first time you heard of Creighton? Because it's not like you've grown up in Pennsylvania, right?
Yeah.
You know what Creighton's all about.
Yeah, I didn't know about the NCAA. I haven't watched that before I got to the USA, so I was just watching NBA Finals live, and I didn't know what conferences are. I didn't know what Big East is, ACC. I didn't know nothing about that, but then I got familiar with it. So I saw the Big East is top 5 conference in the NCAA, so this is what I wanted.
How big a difference was European basketball to compare to American basketball? How different was it?
It's a lot faster, which I like a lot. Europeans would say Americans are playing run and gun, and in Europe you kind of want to play smart. Sometimes you're trying to foul more in order to get people on the free throw line who can't really make it from the free throw line, or to slow down their offense too. So.
There's one play that really works for you, the lob inside from your teammates. It seems like it's really working well now. Tell me how that sets up and why it's so successful.
Yeah, I learned a lot from Justin from last year. I watched his highlights too, and his plays from last year. And the team's got to make a decision. Either they guard me on the lob or the perimeter guys who can shoot it really well too.
What's the key to that play? Because it looks like you, from a feel thing, you seem to have a little bit better feel for it. Why is that?
It's just the motion play. I think it's the pace, so they can't come from one side of the court to another.
Right. Did it take time to get used to it? Just, the simple action of setting the ball screen and rolling to the rim seems simple, but then again, there's a lot of stuff going on the floor.
Yeah, you as a 6'9" guy, you don't really see those 6'2" guys underneath you. So,
yeah.
But we practice that every day, so that's credit to coaches also.
There was a lot of thought that Creighton was going to miss something with Justin, but you seem to have kind of filled the void. How tough was it to replace him and play this center position?
I mean, I knew that since he declared for the draft that it's going to be a huge gap, so I just wanted to work hard and get as close as I can.
On defense, what's been the biggest, I guess, what are the lessons that you've learned so far, and where do you think you've improved defensively for this team, kind of man in the middle?
Yeah, it's expected a lot from me to be, the guy who can who can block shots and who can really guard from the perimeter and the inside too. I'm improving at doubling guys too at the post, so because with my long wingspan, they can't really see the pass that I usually make. But I was just talking with Coach DeVries this morning that I have to get lower in hips, and I'll have a lot better defensive plays too.
Right. You're one of the loudest communicators on the court defensively. When did you gain that confidence? I mean, are you right every time, I guess? And if you're not, you just sort of have to go with it? Or?
Yeah, obviously I'm not right every time. Sometimes I would even say it from the bench and I'm not right, but it's just a part of my game.
Yeah. But you have to talk. So when
someone has to. Zach Hansen's out now.
Right. Yeah, he was the loudest guy.
Yeah, he was.
You just sort of, hey, I got to just be confident and loud. Is that the idea behind it? You're trying to communicate, especially here.
Yeah, last year when I wasn't getting as much minutes, coaches told me if I'm gonna be talkative and communicate with teammates, that's gonna help me a lot in defense to be in the right spot too. So that really helps me now.
Gotcha.
Okay, what do you think of the winters in Omaha, Nebraska? What do you think of the weather?
That's cold. It's even the older people told me that it wasn't for like last 20 years or something. So it's really cold.
Okay.
After a big play, what's your response to that?
I mean, he put in a lot of work and effort in the offseason, but, I still have the best definition on the team by far. Everybody knows that.
It's kind of a running joke, though.
Yeah.
He makes a big play, or you make a strong move to the hole. You make sure people know.
Yeah, it's just something me and Teeny been doing since the summer. We've been always on guys about being strong and finishing around the basket. So something me and him do together to celebrate.
Tell me why that lob pass to Martini works so well. What do you guys do to have so much success with that play?
It's really our guards. We put so much pressure on the rim. They're kind of scared of us to get to the hole. And, I think last year with Justin there, they would play back a little bit more. But this year, they're going to pressure up on our guards. But, we still have a big man like Justin with Martine that can finish and rub the rim.
How much better has he got, Martine, at just being able to not just finish, but making himself available and reading it the right way?
Yeah, he's gotten way better. I watched the Providence game from last year, and then I watched the St. John's game from last year when he played, and, the improvements he made is amazing. He missed some easy layups. We threw a lob to him one time, and he missed it. Now we're throwing lobs to him. He's dunking. He's finishing over guys, and he's taking on challenges like guarding Lindsey and guarding Delgado. So, yeah, he's improving so much.
How tough was communication with him when he first got over here, and how's he learned that?
It was tough, especially with the language barrier at first. He didn't understand what we're saying, but, it's kind of still tough because Martine thinks he knows everything sometimes. But, I think we figured out, when we need to get on him and when we need to let him go and understand and play his game how he plays.
Marcus, I know that you like scoring as much as possible, but when you guys have 5 guys in double-digit figures like you did the other day, is that the ideal situation because they don't know who's going to score?
Yeah, that makes it easier for me, honestly, when guys are, getting it going on the offensive end because now they have to worry about everybody else besides just me and Kyrie. So it opens the floor and it gets my game going a little bit. But, that's what we have. We always talk about having guys on this team that can make multiple plays. You see Ronnie, his shot is going real good right now. Tyshawn and Mitch, they're figuring it out. And guys are coming along great right now.
St. John's tomorrow night. Talk about this matchup. What are you concerned about?
For us, the pressure that they're going to apply, they're going to try to get up on us just like Providence and Seton Hall and try to out-tough us a little bit. But, I think we're just going to have to get our pace going. something that we didn't get as much as we wanted in Providence, but we definitely can get it going on them.
So Providence, yeah, they really extended their defense out and tried to, I'm guessing, just tried to make you uncomfortable. Do you guys feel like you're better suited to match up against that? I mean, you're a really good passing team, low turnovers. But I mean, there was times when it looked a little bit out of sync.
Yeah, we just got to figure out a time when he just work the ball and move. I think guys, when they get sped up, they try to dribble a little bit too much. But, we've seen every type of defense that there is this year. So I think in our non-conference preparation helped us for these moments where teams are going to try to speed us up. So once we stay calm and get in the flow of a game, everything goes smooth for us.
Two more for him.
I was going to ask you on the other end, defensively. You guys, Coach Mack talked about the other day. It's like, well, you don't really have Justin 7-foot sort of a racer, but you've been able to still be pretty tough defensively. What's been the key for you guys, shutting some teams down like you did against Providence?
We talk about taking pride on the defensive end. You have to come in every week and be prepared to guard because there's no off nights in this league. Every night you're facing good guards and good big men. So we're working on containing the dribble a lot more. Last year, like you said, we could let things go by a little more because we had Justin protecting the plane, and if he wasn't blocking, he was altering shots. So,
right.
You just got to keep on having that mindset of nobody's going to get by us and, do individual D and also be in our help side when we need to.
You yourself. I mean, I feel like you've increased the intensity a little bit. You guarded Carrington the other night, and I mean, you were sort of welcoming in that challenge a little bit more to kind of be that lockdown guy, or at least help the team in that way.
Yeah. I always tell Coach Mack going into games, if Taz is going to guard the best player, I want the best next player on the team. So, every game you're going to see me guarding the second best player, and I'm going to take a lot of pride into making sure I shut that person down.
Gotcha.